Hello, my friends. It's your buddy Phil here, project management trainer and coach. How you doing? I wanted to share the good news with you. I took my fourth exam from scrum.org just a few moments ago, and it was a scaled professional scrum. It was a really fun exam. It's not a cakewalk at all. In order to pass this exam, you have to do really well, and you have to get in the 80s, like 85 at least. So I've taken 4 exams from Ken's site, and I just wanted to go over these with you and show you what is available in the market space for you after you get PMP certified. Perhaps you're thinking about the next step. The next step, in my mind, needs to be low cost, low risk, high value. Low cost, low risk, high value. And if you take a look at many of the certifications out there, they are high risk, high cost, and low value. Without naming any specifically, I want you to think about the marketplace. If you've ever been on dice.com or monster.com and you look through what is required, you'll find that in the world of Agile, there are typically 2 certifications that recur. And the 2 certifications are the Certified Scrum Master and the Professional Scrum Master. Now, the Certified Scrum Master exam, you have to go through their training to do it. It's not low cost. I would say it's moderate cost, but that is where I started. Okay. It's not a bad one. But for those of you who I have trained specifically, taken you through the trajectory with Roy and I, and you've gotten a lot of Agile training, perhaps, maybe, just maybe, you want to consider the professional Scrum Master first. Okay. Consider the professional Scrum Master. If you've been for training with us, this is one that you can immediately begin to jump on. And if you need additional coaching and mentoring for this, just go on down to pmanonymous.com and I'll mentor, train, and help you to be able to get into the PSM certification. I have no affiliations with Ken's company. I don't train their courses, but I can equip you with the material Roy and I have developed for you to get really good and get to a high level of understanding and aptitude in Scrum. All right. So that's the professional Scrum Master. The next one I recommend is the professional Scrum Product Owner, PSPO1. And this is for people who want to go more into the line of being a product owner, or perhaps you're a Scrum Master and you want to really understand, what do product owners do? Perhaps that's one thing you've been thinking of doing. We actually have training coming up for this. If you go to praizion.com, look for that training there. We have it on Saturday coming up. The next certification I recommend, if you have taken the PSM, the PSPO, and you've been working in the world of Agile for a while, maybe even taking the CSM, I would recommend the Professional Agile Leadership, because this goes into Agile leadership at a higher level. Again, the exams on Ken's website are, without reservation, pretty hard. They're not cakewalks. It's not like some exams that have been watered down to enable everyone and their aunt and uncle pass. No, these exams are pretty tough. And if you don't have a good understanding of the subject matter, you will not be able to get certified. But if you do, it's a great one to have. You know, you might know this already, but Scrum was pretty much put on the map. It was created by 2 individuals, Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland. And Ken's website is what we're looking at right now. Okay, so being affiliated with that organization, looking into the treasure trove of information they have out there in their white papers, on their blogs, in my mind, it's something you should do. Because do you know that of all the organizations that say they use Agile, to be quite honest with you, over 70% of those organizations, maybe even more, use Scrum. I'm being conservative now, right? So think about it. If most organizations who are Agile use Scrum in its entirety or some parts of Scrum, wouldn't it make sense for you to understand a little bit more by getting more into the certifications, the mindset, the articles, the blogs, the philosophies of one of the co-creators of Scrum? Wouldn't it make sense? It absolutely does. And that's why I recommend to people, go with the original first, understand from the source first. Yes, there are many certifications that talk about Scrum, but there's only going to be 2 individuals that are the source, and it's Ken and Jeff. It's that simple. It's that simple. So if you're really serious about Scrum and Agile, you will get plugged in to Ken's site and his certifications. You also need to remember, these are not just two individuals who appeared suddenly and said, oh, behold, Scrum. No, these are two individuals who were part of the co-creators, or I should say, co-signators or signatories of the Agile Manifesto. If you look at the Agile Manifesto, go to agilemanifesto.org, and we can take a trip down there just so I show you. Go on down to agilemanifesto.org and take a look at the signatories of the Agile Manifesto. And lo and behold, you see Ken and Jeff. So they didn't just appear on the scene yesterday. They've been around for a while, okay? Okay, so far we've talked about the PSM, the PSPO, and the PAL. The certification I took just this moment, just right now, if we go to certification, it's called the Scaled Professional Scrum. Now, when you talk about scaling, it's a slippery slope. You know, one of the things I like about the philosophies of the Scaled Professional Scrum is it takes Scrum in its entirety, in its pure form, and it scales it. And it is still a framework. In fact, Ken will tell you, if you're looking for quick solutions, quick fixes, draconian rules, scalable type solutions where you say everyone should go this way and thou shalt go this way, and we're going to increase productivity and build the next Tower of Babel. No, that is not the mindset. It's a framework. It still thrives on empiricism. It still thrives on human interaction. That is one of the top reasons why I decided to go into the Scaled Professional Scrum certification journey, okay? Highly advise you, if you are thinking of scaling or even remotely dabbling into it, before you go with some crazy frameworks that are out there that are pretty much just waterfall all over, prescriptive with a huge marketing machine that just throws certifications down your throat and promises the world, don't go in that direction. Go in this direction. Learn about the Scaled Professional Scrum certification and the mindset that it's built on. And it's really built around the Nexus guide. I'm going to show you that really quick here. The Nexus guide is available again for free. You could tell when someone's really trying to make a change, they throw a lot of stuff out for free, just like Ken's doing. The Nexus guide could have made money from it, put a price tag on it, tens or 20s of dollars, maybe even hundreds of it, but it's available. You can read this guide all on your own. You can get good by understanding the associated practices. You can even attend classes on it, but this guide is free. And I would recommend to you, look out for me reading the Nexus guide. I'm going to put it up here on YouTube so that those of you who are keen on knowing more and going into it can do so. Okay. But if you're thinking of scaling, remotely scaling, I'm telling you the philosophies that surround the Nexus guide, they'll help you. So if you kind of liked the idea about a scrum of scrums, well, think about taking that to a whole new level and being a little bit more detailed in your understanding of what happens at the lower levels and also at the higher levels. We have a Nexus integration team. We are very keen on refining the backlog. It's now a formal thing that we do in this world of Scaled Professional Scrum. So if these are things that sound interesting to you and you've got questions, put them in the comments below. I'll answer these questions for you, okay? And you can begin your journey to become a PSM, PSPO, maybe get into the world of the professional agile leadership, whatever you want. But the reason why I recommend Ken's material and his certifications is they're not just go through the process for the sake of getting PDUs or go through the process for the sake of having a certification. No, you truly do need to understand and know what this stuff all is, or there's no way on his exams. It's just that simple. You know, the exams, like the exam I took today on Scale Professional Scrum, pretty situational, you know, and they give you quite a number of select at least 2 or 3, you know, some true or false questions. you really need to know this stuff to even begin the journey. And that's why I'm telling you, because I know you're serious. That's why you've watched me so long. You're serious about this. All right. Agile is the way forward. Scrum is the most widely used Agile framework. Therefore, you know what to do. All right. Thank you very much. All the very best. I look forward to your comments below. Bye for now.